Deeya Gwit Prawtee, it's the IrishPotatooe back at it again with another video. In this video, I will be covering my history as a volunteer at Lifeboat, the problems Lifeboat have currently and have had for numerous years, and what they're trying to do now to combat these problems. I will of course be giving my opinions on all of these problems and possible solutions I would be giving them if I were still on their volunteer team. Let's get into the video. My Lifeboat journey started in October 2018, when I was accepted as a stream moderator for their YouTube channel. In December of that year, I applied for their in-game moderation position and was accepted. Over my 2 years at Lifeboat, I took on various roles and resigned from various roles, and then even picked up various roles again. Some examples of other positions I held, apart from the ones mentioned previously, were a support representative, a marketplace skin designer, and a Discord event crew member, where I sorta had an unofficial co-leader position within that team. I resigned from all my positions due to recent drama within the team, which involved the infamously already covered topic of Lifeboat being homophobic, and videos bad-mouthing Lifeboat in general. I do have a video on that, so if you do want to know more information about why I resigned, please check out that video. I knew if Lifeboat were to thrive, I couldn't be on the team. They needed a rightful kick up the ass, and losing over half of their board of moderation members really kicked their ass into gear. I just want to mention, I do not hate Lifeboat. Being a volunteer there for so long can't make me hate them. I have so many friends who still volunteer, or who are staff members for the team, and I really do wish Lifeboat the best with what they're doing. It's just unfortunate how my journey there had to end. Now, let's get into the various problems Lifeboat have and what they're doing to fix them. Without a doubt, their biggest issue is communication. Both members of the community and of the volunteer team will admit to this. There is little to no communication between the office staff and the community, or even the office staff and the volunteers. Obviously, I understand there are adults who have lives and families to care for, and I get that communication isn't their main priority, but they're essentially ghosts within the community. Their solution to this was to hire a community manager. This is a good step in the right direction. However, the community manager Shavinda Najapin is a young teenager. In an article written about his mental health brand, the article writer stated that Shavinda is 17 years old. I know for a fact that Shavinda is still a high school student and is looking to study in a really tough field in college. As well as this, Shavinda has openly admitted to being diagnosed with anxiety. In my opinion, as much as I adore Shavinda and appreciate his friendship, as I've been friends with him over 4 years, we were friends prior to volunteering at Lifeboat. I feel as if the position of community manager should go to someone a bit older and someone who would have a more flexible schedule. However, I do have to give Shavinda credit as he is handling this position remarkably well, providing constant updates in the Lifeboat Discord server. But I would be worried if something were to happen that would trigger his anxiety, as the position is not an easy one for stress and anxiety. The office staff are trying to be more active as well. I can't let that go unnoticed. They occasionally pop up to chat in the Lifeboat Discord server, which is a good start as well. The next problem they have is in-game lag. If you're a regular player of the Lifeboat network, there is no doubt you have called it Lagboat at some point due to the horrible in-game lag. I have done so, and as a volunteer, whenever someone complained about the lag, I had to agree. The server lobby has way too much to process, from chunks to various NPCs in the lobbies. You can say goodbye to your frames the second you load into the server. The minigame lag is way too laggy to play sometimes, with bridging often failing, and people lagging to the point you lose a PvP fight against them. This has been an issue for years, and despite them saying over the years that they were working on their lag, people still complain about it. Lag can also be from a player's end, which is something I have to mention, but I'm pretty sure when people start calling the server Lagboat, it's a server issue by that point. Their solution to this was to update their server software, which their community manager has claimed will decrease the lag experience in the server and enhance the PvP mechanics. I cannot comment on whether this is the case as I do not have the right Minecraft versions to join the server. Screw the new update! But all I will say is it's about goddamn time, Lifeboat. A less talked about problem Lifeboat have is the removal of leaderboards. They don't seem to be fixing this one anytime soon, as they were removed roughly a year to 2 years ago, back when I still volunteered for them. As a result, Lifeboat lost whatever competitive edge it had, and many competitive players moved to other feature servers with a functioning leaderboard system. Their solution to this, I think, was to implement leaderboards to some games such as Skyblock. However, many games that don't have leaderboard features still have ranking points, which contribute to your leaderboard placement, which is utterly ridiculous. Personally for me, if I were one of the developers, or heck, even Rain himself, I would completely remove ranking points for game modes that don't have an actual leaderboard, because it's pointless to have these ranking points if they don't contribute to anything. Or an easier solution, bring back leaderboards. The last problem I will be covering is the party system, or lack thereof. Lifeboat have no real functioning party system. Like my last point, the party system was removed a year to 2 years ago when I was a volunteer. Lifeboat teased it occasionally during that time, but alas, a party system was never released and I'm not sure if it will be by this point. Their solution to this was the bypass matchmaking system and the /transfer command. This in itself is so much work and can literally be the most confusing thing for anyone who is new to the server or is unfamiliar with this feature. This system is a good temporary solution to a party system, but this system doesn't even guarantee that you and your friends can be on the same team, which leads to an increase in cross-teaming. The most annoying thing about this is that the Lifeboat volunteers cannot do anything about this as there is no official punishment for cross-teaming, which can get volunteers undeserved hate. Lifeboat need a party system in order to try and save their server, but unfortunately I think the damage was already done. In conclusion, Lifeboat seem to take 2 steps backwards for every step forward they make in terms of progress. They are trying to save themselves now, although I feel as if they started way too late. This should have been done years ago. Could this be the beginning of the end for Lifeboat? We'll have to wait and see. I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously there were a few things I couldn't say or kept very vague due to an NDA I signed when I first volunteered. Although that doesn't really affect me anymore, I'm not going to expose Lifeboat out of respect. There are problems I haven't covered in this video, otherwise it would be 5 hours long. This is only the tip of the iceberg. If you want a part 2, let me know. Until then, stay safe, sending positive vibes your way. Goodbye!